Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it. In the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it. When you're dealing with sickness and disease, there are times when you may experience a cloudiness, where thinking is not an easy thing to do, where a simple question like, do you want to lay down? Are you hungry? What do you want to eat? Or can, like your kids asking you, can I go outside? That may be a hard question for your body to and your brain to be able to process at times. Sometimes you can understand everything that's going on. Your thinking is there, but your timing can sometimes be off. It takes a little while for you to process it and then to be able to give forth your reply. Why does that happen? Well, that can happen for a few reasons. It could just be that your blood levels are really low. You could be quite anemic. It could be your body chemistry is off. There's something in your body chemistry that's not balanced out quite right. It could be because of medications. A lot of medications can cause that sometimes. And it may not be one particular medication that could cause it. Sometimes it could be the combination of things that you're taking that could cause certain effects like that. It could also be that your body is tired. It could be that you have did a little bit too much and your body is tired and it's trying to readjust and recalibrate and repair itself. And right now, to think clearly is just a little bit too much for you, right? Those things happen, and that could be kind of common. That could also happen if you just got a migraine or a sinus headache, right? It can happen if you're just not feeling well. But when you're dealing with sickness and disease, it it can happen, And I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Sometimes when you're going through that, you are aware that you're going through that. But there are times when you're going through it and you're not quite aware. Say, for instance, if your timing is off, you may not always recognize that your timing is off. But most times, in general, you will be aware that things are a little cloudy, things aren't clear, thinking it's a little off, or it's a little bit harder to think. That happens. Those things happen. There are some things that I want to share with you that I find that is important when you're experiencing that. Number one, it's a good time to rest. That's usually your body telling you that you need to rest, you need to lay down, maybe even get some sleep to allow your body to recalibrate. If you find that you're going through that, I would highly suggest that you don't make important decisions during that time, that you try to put off all decision making, even on things that don't seem so big. Try to put off all decision making at that time. My husband usually can tell when I'm going through that, when I'm having those moments and things like that are happening with me. So he'll try not to ask me too much. Sometimes he's asking me questions, and they may not be very hard questions. They may be simple questions, and it's a little too much for me right now. And I have to tell him right now, questions is a little too much. I need you to either hold it or I need you to figure out what I need to eat right now, right? Um, so it's a good thing to let your caregivers know that you might need help. Usually they'll be able to tell it, but it's a really good time for you to decide to go ahead and take a nap. It's also a good idea to, if you have a lot of things planned, a lot of things scheduled, to reschedule your day, to give yourself the freedom to step back and to make it so that you're not in situations where you happen to make a lot of heavy and strong decisions. It's also a very good time to decide to give somebody else the car keys and not drive. You don't want to drive when you're not really clear. You don't want to have a lot of communications and a lot of talking with people when you're not really clear, because everybody doesn't understand what you're going through. And sometimes they're looking at you and they're not realizing the state or the place that you're in. So you never want to put yourself in a situation where you're making drastic decisions, weighty decisions, or decisions that can have an effect on your life while you're going through things like that. If you're dealing with children, it's really hard, because I can tell my children, hey, give mama a little break right now. And kids, you're mama, so they think that, you're supposed to be available to them at all times. So what I had to do, you guys, is sometimes I have to make up my mind on certain things in advance, because I know that when I'm like that, they're going to ask me, can I go outside and play? Can I do this? Can I eat a snack? Can I have this? So, and generally, I have to already know in advance what I'm going to say. I also write down a lot of things. What are my plans for today? Where am I, what are the things I'm thinking about? So that way, when I find myself in those type of positions, I'm not trying to rush to figure out how I'm supposed to answer this question or what I'm supposed to do. I have a reference point that if I can tell somebody else to look at that reference so that they can get the answer that they need, or I can refer to it and tell someone else what I need, because I don't want to depend on myself to have to make a decision when I'm in that state, because sometimes there are things that I'm not considering, and it's just too much for me to try to consider it at that time. So I may make a decision based on what I think I remember at that time, and it may not be a complete picture. So I don't want to be drastic or make drastic decisions. So I try to know what I'm going to do. So every morning I write down everything that I have planned for the day, things that I'm thinking about for the day. If I know a call is supposed to come, what I'm supposed to respond to during the day. So if they call and I find I'm in a place where I'm not in the best position, I can either A, regurgitate what's on that paper, which I try not to do. Usually I try to refer the call to someone else and let them handle that for me, and they already have what I have planned to say, how I plan to handle that situation for me. There is something that I want to tell you guys now. When you're taking different kind of medications, not just narcotics or just painkillers, but there's all kind of things out there. You can take Benadryl, right? You can take a steroid, prednisone, something like that. There's a lot of different things that you can take out there that has an effect on your mental status, on your ability to think and rationale, or to be functional. A lot of times when you're taking certain medications, I say narcotics, but not drug narcotics, medicinal narcotics that has been prescribed for you, when you're taking pain medications and things like that, or just other things that can alter your mind, like certain steroids and things like that. You can have, you can think you're seeing things that are not there, that didn't happen, but they're real to you because those medications alter your mind. And so you may find yourself asking somebody. I remember one time I was talking to my husband. I was really upset with him because I had just seen him do something. He was like, "You did not see that." I'm going, "You and the kids did it right now, just in front of me." And I'm asking a question about it. He's like, "Tammy, I've been sitting here on the side of you the whole entire time." So sometimes you can take certain medications and it can make you see things or hear things that is not there, but it seemed real, and you don't know it's not there. It's real to you. It seemed like normal stuff. It's not like you're hallucinating about something crazy. You're seeing things that are real, that are right there. Sometimes that can happen without medication. That can happen because your body, your equilibrium's off, your chemistry is off, and so things are happening within your body. You can also alter things that are going on in your mind. And even though it seems normal, it doesn't seem nothing crazy, nothing's flying across the room, it seems like everyday stuff. It can be something that you're seeing or hearing that is not there. Don't get angry when that happens. Just internalize and understand that it might be something going on. You might want to look at what you're doing, what's going on, or get your, your body back in order when you see that, your caretaker's telling you that you're experiencing things that, or seeing things that's not there. If you are a caretaker, please, whatever you do, don't tell the person that you're taking care of, don't tell your loved one that they're crazy. That will make them angry and will not give you the results that you want. It's not going to make the changes. Don't tell them that they're crazy. Don't tell them that they're sick or something like that. Just explain to them that perhaps your equilibrium's off, or it's the medication that you're taking. And sometimes it's better just to smile and go with the flow, right? Remember, in all things, do you. Until next week, bye.